What is going on, guys and girls? I'm Lex, and you know, lately I've been playing Apex. I bought my PlayStation 2 weeks ago. Um, till today, Apex is the only game on there. It's the only game I play. And I watch a lot of YouTube videos on Apex, but a lot of people don't cover certain aspects of the game. So, for instance, these YouTube content creators that you see, they've had years of experience with FPS games. I mean, they've had time to adjust to their sensitivity, or they've got that knowledge of how to play these games, whereas people like me, I came into this game, my first PlayStation. I used to play a bit of Call of Duty as a kid, but that was literally it. So coming to Apex, it was a real struggle to try and adjust to the game, to get kills. But I had to learn through trial and error, because I felt like the YouTube videos that are out don't really do justice for your everyday person who just wants to have a bit of fun and get a few kills. So this isn't for seasoned veterans. This is more or less just for the people that at least want to get a few kills in a match. So in this game, I think I got 8 kills, my highest kill game, which I know it's not a lot, I know it's not high, but for someone who started 2 weeks ago, I feel like you don't have to go for so many kills. I mean, getting 8 kills, you could get 3 kills and still win the game. So it all depends on you know how you adjust to your sensitivity, how you help with your teammates, be a good team player. So one thing is, don't be a one-trick pony. Do not go for the same legend over and over again, because at the end of the day, someone will choose that legend and you'll be stuck. You'll be using a legend you don't know how to use, you've no experience with, and it will cost you the game. So another thing is hot drop, Thunderdome, Skulltown. Not in this game, because I felt like since I've improved, all I needed was to loot up and get good loot before I could engage, because I knew I could handle myself when it comes to engaging enemies. But for people who just start playing, always hot drop. Find your sensitivity that works for you. Start low, maybe a 3. Start on a 3, and as you progress, work your way up. Don't worry about other people, all these content creators' sensitivity, what they use. Find your sensitivity. So this part here, I do hear an enemy use a zipline. Audio cues are key in these games, as we all know. So I use the Turtle Beach Recon 70s, which were £30, which I think equates to roughly $40. So for the price, they're amazing headphones. I suggest you don't have to have the best headphones just to get a few kills or be able to hear where the enemy's coming from. Another thing, always stand by cover. Don't be out in the open. Like here, I see the enemy engage our teammates, and I have cover, so if they do see me and spot me, I've got cover. So what I do here is I use the shield cells to regen my shield, but I bob and weave. I want to keep an eye on the enemy. I want to make sure I know he's not going to push. So as I can see, he's jumped out, he's outside now. But as I approach, I do hear someone inside, so I know there's someone outside and inside. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I do know. So there's 2 enemies up here that I know for a fact. One's inside, I can hear him, and the other one's outside, but my teammates are on the outside, so I go to rush inside. So here I get the kill. And when you loot, try your best. Sometimes you might forget, but when you do remember, ping loot, just always ping. You never know if your teammate might need something. So here I make another mistake, and that is, if you've got a level 1 shield and there's another one on the floor, just pick it up. It recharges your shields and you don't have to waste shield cells. So I walked past 2 and I didn't pick one of them up. So here I make another mistake, and I use 2 shield cells. I waste 2 shield cells instead of just running over to the level 2 armor and picking it up. So you always want to conserve your shield cells, your meds. Don't make the same mistake I did just now. And another thing, always use, when it comes to Path, I find I always use his ultimate whenever I can, because it can always help in situations, whether it be getting towards a zone, or even retreating, or even pushing. So always use it as much as you can. So here I skip ahead, you know, just boring loot bits and whatnot. So as you can see here, I don't have my gun out. I feel like when you're trying to get to places, you should always put away your gun as you run faster, obviously. But as I approach this part here, I do hear an enemy, so I withdraw my gun. I see one enemy, but as I down him, I hear another to my left. And then there's another enemy, which, you know, if their accuracy was on point, look at my HP, that would have been it, I would have been down. Also, always heal behind cover. Try and heal behind cover, because at the end of the day, you don't want to get caught out in the open healing, and, you know, it could just ruin the game and you can get downed. So another mistake I made. Look how many med packs I have. No, I've got one there and I pick up two. You know, Octane is up there, he needs meds. He's using syringes. I know he doesn't have a med pack. Why not just drop one? You know, be a team player, be someone who works with your team. You know, that was greedy of me. I should have dropped a med pack. Always be a team player. As they say, teamwork does make the dream work. You know, even if you feel like your teammates aren't putting in the effort, or, you know, be a team player. It will win you the game. You know, you can't win this game, especially at the level that I play. I'm a noob. There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to 1v3 a whole team. So, you know, just try and work together with your team at all times. See here, I did not see the enemy running up the hill on the left. Luckily, my teammate spotted him. So as I'm looting, my teammate spots the enemy. And you know, in this game, I've noticed people love to push. Use that to your advantage. So I know that they're going to spot my teammate on the right. So what I do, I throw an arc star on the left, and you know, he goes left, so I push right, because I know that they're going to be onto him. So as you see here, I knock down the enemy with such bad aim, but I go to retreat, I go to heal up. Always reload your guns as well before you heal up. That's one thing. You don't want the enemy to push, and you know, you heal up, you go to withdraw your gun, and you need to reload. So that's one thing, that's another point I would say that I've learned. So I push back up. And as you can see here, I first for the kill. You know, people say, oh, don't first, don't do this, but you know, it just helps the odds. You know, like at the end of the day, the less people there are on the enemy team, the better the odds for you. So here, obviously, like I said, teamwork. My teammate Octane needs meds, so you know, I've got 5 syringes, just drop them all. I've got 2 Phoenix kits, which I should have dropped one of them. I don't know why I had to, you know. Just like I said, greed, and you just forget sometimes. Also, these survey beacons, I see a lot of people using Pathfinder, and they don't utilize these survey beacons. I mean, you know, you need the advantage in any game you play, and what more can you get than knowing where the next circle is, you know? Always try and have the advantage no matter what happens. So here we push to the door. My teammates know what I'm trying to do. They see that I'm not opening the door, I'm not rushing out. Never rush out into open places. At the end of the day, that's a plan for disaster. You're just going to end up getting down if there's a team out there, and it could cost you the game. So they spot an enemy. I see one, and I see another one at the top. So we know there's 2 there, and I know there's a lifeline outside because I heard the care package drop. So coming up, I think now right there, I can hear the lifeline. I hear her outside, so I know she's going to try and push through the outside of that door. So I'm being wary. So I know that they know we're here, but they don't know how many of us there are. So as you see, my teammates open the door. They can see that there's 2. They don't know there's a 3rd waiting. So I hear the lifeline. and she rushes in. Now if I didn't hear her, if I didn't know she was there, that would have been it. She would have probably downed two of us, maybe, well, definitely one of us, and that would have been it. We would have been at a disadvantage straight away. A 3v2, and not good odds. So I go for the first just to make sure, you know, they say don't first, like I said, make the odds better for you at the end of the day. 3v2 is better than 3v3 if just on the off chance they revive her. So I see a Wraith up here. I go for the kill. Here I make another mistake, which I should have reloaded my guns before I healed up. But then I hear the Wraith using a self-revive. So I push back up. I'll try to take this kill. And then I think here is where my teammates down the last enemy. Yep. So at this time I didn't I knew there was a caustic up here. Look, I see the traps. So I know that there's another enemy team around here somewhere. I'm just not sure. I suspected they were in the zone. For some reason I just thought they were like in the zone, just waiting, healing up, and they were going to push. Once again, ping. Always ping loot. You know, you never know if your teammates are going to need it. Right here, like I said, I'm just still waiting around. I just, you know, I knew there was another team. I just didn't know exactly where. I suspected they were in front of us. And then, like I said, I look over to the left into that little canyon and I see a trap. So in my mind, I realized that, you know, they could have pushed round and now they have the advantage because they have the zone. So now we have to push to them and we don't know how many there are. So yeah, we decide to push back up. And you know, here I make another crucial mistake which could have cost us the game. You know, greed, but I hear the gas trap. And you know, I try to push without even waiting to see how many enemies are there. I get downed. So you know, that would have put us at a disadvantage. If it was a whole squad, it would have been 3 against 2 and it could have cost us the game. But you know, that's just a few tips anyway. Hopefully it helps someone out. Yeah, peace.
You are the Apex champions.